First of all, thank you very much for making an amazing film that's so relevant for Australians these days.
When you say thank you, I'm like,
good on you.
I don't know if I can personally take credit for this, but I'm here.
Yeah,
so
Honestly, congratulations on your success with Red Dog.
Oh,
the
thank you.
little rip snorter of a film.
I know, and I'm so happy that people went to see the movie, more than the fact that I liked the movie and it won an award, and that's great. Australians actually got behind the film and embraced it, and I'm honestly really optimistic that they're going to do the same with this film, because it has that nice light touch. There's some good nutrients in it. It's dramatic in places, and there's some interesting ideas in the film, but all in all it's just a nice film to go and spend time with. It's a funny film. The people in it are relatable and warm,
and I feel like it's accessible without being simple, that it's not watered down, it doesn't patronise the audience, but I think that it is that most people can enjoy this film.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Can you tell us about the film? What's, and your relationship to it?
So the film is basically about a character called Ben who has everything. He's got girlfriends, a lot of them.
Models. Some of them are models.
Heaps of models. Yeah. And a flash apartment and great friends and living in Melbourne, which is a wonderful city to live in. And it's, he's got this flash life, and then he gets invited back, as does Alex, to their school 10 years on to give a speech. And he tries to explain what he does what he's done over the last 10 years. And they have heaps of questions for Alex, and they have no questions for Ben.
Yeah.
And that sort of sets him off into this year-long self-examination of, all these things that I have, do they amount to anything? Are they what I actually want? And if they're not what I want, then what do I want?
We've got two questions for both of your characters. You play part diplomat, part mum, really, in the film.
Yeah, mum.
Guiding people.
Aww.
Really, not in the sense that...
the bride
Oh,
in the
for
film.
sure.
Yeah.
No,
Gets
but
married?
Mum.
but
You're
there's...
grumpy in the film. How did you achieve that?
There's simply just been
Come on.
the wise one amongst the group, and actually obviously knowing what's wrong with Ben, and that he really needs to lift his game, and that there's a good thing about to pass him, and that
But I think the great thing about her is that she isn't a martyr, and that she doesn't mother. She goes, this is what you're missing. If you don't take it, I'm not going to stop being your friend. But that's pretty awesome.
For sure.
Yeah, and she just doesn't tolerate. She doesn't humour or indulge his antics, which I really like. Yeah.
Which then, to the lady that falls in love with said Ben, what is it?
And potentially has always been in love with him since high school. Which is, the high school crush is a tricky one to resolve.
It's long.
Well, and I suppose that goes to the heart of my question,
there.
is that, this bloke that he's sleeping around, he just can't focus on anything. What's the attraction to Ben?
Well, I think she sees through those antics because, we're dealing with a very likeable lad. I don't think it's fair to brand the character of Ben as a Lothario. He's not. He's just rocketing through his life at warp speed and enjoying his 20s. And that's great. That's fine. But Alex actually sees through that stuff to a really good heart, and he's funny. I'm a sucker for a funny guy. And he's gentle, and that's really important. The thing I like most about the character of Alex, though, is even though she's smitten by this guy who's not always making totally honourable choices, she still has standards that she goes, cool, I love you, but I won't tolerate this behaviour. So if you change your behaviour, come back to me and we might have a chance. But until you change your behaviour, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And I think that is really cool.
I think Alex is in love with the best person that Ben can be.
Yeah, so
and when
be
he's
that
ready
person.
to be that person, I'm there. But it's not... what I like is that she doesn't stay with him and go, right, while we're in this relationship, I'm going to change this and this and this and this.
She's not a changer.
She goes, this is what I like. If you can meet that, come to the party.
Yeah. And she's not on a mission to save him in any way. It's more about going, I know what I want. So if you ever think you know what you want, then take me out to dinner sometime.
Felicity started with the Ronnie Johns half hour.
Yes.
Did you happen to come from sort of Sydney University law reviews and that sort of
I
stuff
did.
for that?
I did. I came from a Sydney Uni, not law review, arts review, but I didn't go to Sydney Uni.
Okay.
There was a little loophole that the director managed to find. I went, I don't go to university. TAFE failure. And certificate for in music business. And
music business?
Yeah.
Well, get out of town.
That's right. Management, copywriting and publishing.
Didn't pay the bills.
I didn't get me a job.
Acting comedian better.
Sure, I was a waitress for a very long time. Let's not make any bones about that. So I sort of got into that, and And I actually, before that, my life was I wanted to be an actor. That was it. That was all I ever wanted to do, and I could never get a professional job in it. I could never get paid. I never got an agent. It just seemed like I poured my life into it, and I was prepared to do that for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But then found this little tangent road down into sketch comedy and went,
It's brilliant.
wait, so we just need to be funny and then that's it. There's like not any like grand motivation, or I don't need to write a backstory. I just like make jokes. And not that comedy is really easy, but it's
that, yeah.
But you clearly
it's fun
find
to
it
be
work.
in if you can get it, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
you know, like it's a different kind. It was a different kind of hard.
Yeah.
Whereas and then from then sort of sketch comedy somehow took me back to making a film with Working Dog.
Yeah.
Amazing.
But just on
Congratulations.
that though, I marvel at comedians and what they do, because I've never done a comedy before, and I watch Felicity and I watch Rob and Josh, and their verbal dexterity, their brain to mouth connection is so short. I don't know how they do it. I don't have that ability, and I actually do think it's a lot of skill and you have to hone it, but I think there has to be some raw talent
It's got to be
involved.
there. Well, Rach, can we ask you
Such
what's,
a
as a
word.
lady that's sampled everything from Transformers, working with Michael Bay, to now working with, possibly one of the best, if not the best filmmaking.
Australian filmmakers.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's next? What would you like to do?
Would you rather? Is that
Well,
the question?
I suppose, are you keen
Where's
to
the dream
back
gig?
in the
What-
hot seat
yeah.
of like big action film in America, or
No, that's not a dream of mine. But then again, I never say never. And if the right combination of people for a big budgeted, big tent pole explosion alien movie came along, then that might be great. I don't know. And I make selections based on what I feel like doing at the time, which is not always smart, but that's what I do. Like, I wanted to go to Russia to make a movie, so I just went, sure, I want to go to Russia and live there for 4 months. That would be really crazy and great.
it's good
And it
work
was
if you can
great.
get it.
But my ultimate dream is to make films kind of like this, that are about what Working Dog do so well, which is just like they did in The Castle. They offered us something that was very funny, but it was actually about mateship, community, and about how standing up for something, even if no one else thinks you should stand up for it. And I love that. And Any Questions for Ben has some of those same ideas in it, and I'm proud of this movie. I love this movie. I'm so excited to do this press junket and talk about it because
Yeah.
I love the film. So if I can make stuff like this and have experiences like this, then I'll be very happy.
Can we? And then our last question then: would you come back to make any more questions for Ben?
Yep.
I'm hoping they turn it into a TV show so we can work together 9 months out of the year and
Yeah, and they have to
don't
make
have-
like
for the next
22
7,
episodes,
yeah.
not like this 6
picked
episodes.
up for 22.
Picked up for 22.
Yeah.
Lots and
6
lots
seasons
of
and a
questions
movie.
with
6
Ben.
seasons and a movie.
Yeah, the movie spin-off. It'd
Yeah.
be brilliant.
That's right, the callback.
I'll make the sequel. I'm in for the sequel.
It's happening. I love it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very much for your time, guys.
Cheers.